So here are 10 behaviors or traits that you need to make a woman feel desired, okay, and fall head over heels with you in that kind of, oh my God, he's my Disney prince BS googly-eyed kind of way, all right? Every woman has watched Beauty and the Beast, has watched Disney shows, has watched The Notebook, has watched all these, romantic stories growing up. And no matter what people say in society, women still want romance. No matter what bullshit you hear on Instagram and on TikTok, like, oh yeah, girls don't want this anymore, man. Girls just want like 6'5" guy in finance. Don't listen to any of that BS. Girls still want romanticism. They still want the guy. They still want to fall in love. That's what life's all about. Why do you think people are going out, going on holiday, going to all these places? Women want to fall in love. Men want to fall in love. We're all in this for the same damn thing. And I'm teaching you how to make it easier for a woman to fall in love with you. So from the moment she meets you, she's actually looking for these things either consciously or subconsciously. And failure for you to incorporate any of these 10 behaviors I'm going to discuss will sabotage your chances of dating her in the long term. And I've written here from my own personal experience, I can verify this to be true. I've had many women fall in love with me. I've had 3 women that I was in love with that loved me. But there were many women after that loved me. And I could take a pick. It was like, it was easy for me at that point. It was like dangling at a carrot. It was like, do you want it? Do you not? Do you want it? You not? And I chose not to take it on many occasions because I just wasn't in love with them. It wasn't up to my standard. I just wasn't feeling that particular girl. So the fact that I've had many women fall in love with me means that I could speak about something like this, because a lot of people on YouTube are going to be talking about these things. And I guarantee you, some of these losers have not had women actually fall in love with them. Okay, so experience pays. First thing is the way you deal with public and social ability, right? So the importance of how you handle public situations with confidence is absolutely key. Always maintain composure, be polite in public settings, show that you're comfortable in various social environments, okay? I want you to demonstrate social skills and the ability to navigate public interactions smoothly, okay? Engage in conversations easily with different groups, exhibit good manners and etiquette. This is absolutely important. Whenever you go to a restaurant, always be polite to the waiter. Always. Whenever you go to the bar and you order a drink, always be polite to the barman. Maybe tip them as well. Well, you should actually tip them. I know in America you've got a massive tipping culture, not so much here in Europe. But if you are European, and there's an actual extra little hack for you here, if you're in Europe and you tip, you're going to look like even more of a G. So, and it doesn't take that much, just a few euros here and there. You tip a few euros on a date, because no one does it around here, you're going to look the part. Okay. Always be polite to waiters and waitresses when you're on a date. I will tell you how absolutely key that is. Don't ever be rude to anyone when you're out with your woman. You want to look cool like James Bond. Okay. Also, your ability to de-escalate situations so she actually feels safe in your protection and in your company. Show how you can engage with others while still making her feel special and included. This is absolutely important. Involve her in conversations and make her the focus. Introduce her to your friends and make sure she feels comfortable. Whenever I introduce my girls to my group of friends, I'm always being the man and doing my part. And then I'm like, oh, by the way, Lisa really enjoys horse riding. And I know that Lorna also enjoys horse riding. Maybe you two should talk. I don't know if you've got somewhere that she could, go horse riding with you somewhere. So I always bring her into the conversation, make her feel special, make her feel important. She is the woman that's with me after all. Okay, so involve her into your life, because every woman wants to be involved in a G's life. If you're a G and she likes you, she wants to be part of your life. So this is how you introduce her into your life, slowly but surely. The second thing, demonstrate pre-selection. We know why pre-selection is important. It shows that you're desired by others and it increases your value. Okay, it triggers competitive instincts. And believe me, you want to trigger competitive instincts amongst women, because once they see there's many other women circling you and they like you, they will like you even better, because they'll be like, oh, I need to get him because all these other girls are in. Come on, you know how competitive girls are. They're extremely competitive creatures, as are we. How to subtly show that you are desired by other women is usually interactions with other women, stories where other women showed interest in you. Now, you can tell these sorts of stories. I have told these stories in the past, but it does make it more effective when you're actually out and in groups and other women are flirting with you. Then your woman's going to be like, oh, she's flirting with my man. Oh, my man must be desired. Okay. So kind of examples of text messages or situations that demonstrate pre-selection is you saying, hey, I was just talking to my friend Katie who reminded me of you. Or, oh, it's funny, another friend of mine, Joanna, also loves the same book that you mentioned. She'll be like, oh, how come he's got all these girls? He knows all these girls. He's surrounded by girls. He knows all these girls. Damn, I better sort of get in there first. Okay. Now, on that topic, I also want to reiterate that the people within my school community that I have created only a few weeks ago, which is growing fast now, we are all about abundance mindset. Okay. We are all about focusing on your purpose, your body, your money. And then in that realm, what happens is you will notice that people will become attracted to you. So everyone in my school group is building themselves to become elite men, to become desired by women and desired and loved by society in general for being a success, for being a winner. So if you want to be a winner, join my school community. You'll see the link in the description here. I'm really focusing on that majorly. I'm going to do lots of Q&As, and I'm also going to start offering a one-on-one service to you guys, okay? So if you want to have multiple women that love you, that want to be around you, and you're just doing well in your life in terms of fitness, in terms of finances, and in terms of dating, join my school community and join the other elite group of men that are in there. The third thing to make her fall in love with you is tentative and attention to detail on her. Okay, the importance of being attentive to her needs and preferences. You should notice her likes, her dislikes, her preferences, show genuine interest in her day-to-day life. So my current woman, I do show genuine interest in her life. I'm like, hey babe, how'd that interview go? Hey babe, how did that, how did your gym session go? How did that new gym class go for you? So I show that I am genuinely interested in what she's up to. Noticing small details can make her feel valued. Compliment her on small changes like a new hairstyle. This is massive, guys. If you compliment your woman and you notice a new hairstyle, hey babe, have you been to a new hairdresser recently? Because your hair looks fire right now. She'll be like, no, I haven't, but oh wow, really? And yeah, I went to this new girl and she just cut it. Is it nice? Is it really? Women want validation, and if it comes from you and you notice the small things, you're going to be in her books. So trying to remember significant dates and events in her life. I know a guy that literally writes down on Google Calendar significant events in that girl's life to remember it. I don't go as extreme as that. I'm too busy. I got too much shit going on. I'm trying to make money. I'm building a fund. I'm very, very busy. So I haven't got time to be like, oh, let me just save a reminder that she, this was the first time she ever went to Greece. I'm like, whatever. But you can save her birthday. That's a nice thing to do in your Google Calendar so you don't forget. So little examples of stuff like, I noticed you love green tea, so I got you some. Or I remember you mentioned you have a big meeting today, good luck. Okay, like nice things like, hey babe, I know you like feta cheese, so I'm making you a Greek feta cheese salad tonight because I know you're going to love that. Oh, she'll cream herself over stuff like that. The fourth thing to make a woman fall head over heels in love with you is obviously humor, sense of humor. This always works, okay? The role of humor in building attraction is key because it creates positive and enjoyable atmosphere, okay? It's lighthearted, it's chilled. It helps in building connection and breaking the ice. So there are several techniques that you can actually use to make her laugh and enjoy your company, okay? So you can share funny stories or jokes or use playful teasing and witty banter. For example, everyone's got something unique and quirky about them, right? For me, I can do accents really well. And so I just sit there in one evening and end up like doing a bunch of accents and they laugh their heads off. And they're like, oh, can you do an Australian one? Can you do an Italian accent now? Can you do an Irish accent? I'm like, no, I can't do an Irish accent. Like, so whatever, like I'll just throw a bunch of accents out there, make her laugh and she'll love it. And then that's my quirky sort of humorous thing. Or you could tell stupid jokes like, why don't scientists trust atoms because they make up everything? Like if you really want to be that kind of cheesy guy that makes jokes, yeah, sure, she'll laugh. That's not personally my style, right? Like my style is that I'm good with accents, so I'll just run with accents. And that's just what works for me. So find what works for you in a humorous way. But in general, like, teasing and being playful, that's kind of the idea. If you're not that humorous, then learn how to be playful and a bit teasing and be like, just like, when you play with her hair and be like, oh, what happened here, babe? Like, oh, is that a new hairdresser? Or you could just sort of, there's also a fine line between offending her and also being funny, all right? And there are times where I've like crossed that line. But you know what? A woman's never really going to be that disappointed or that upset if you slightly cross that line. Because you can always bring it back after that. You can be like, hey, babe, like, I know you got really offended by that, but it's all good. Like, your hair's beautiful. Like, take it easy. You give her a little kiss a little peck on the cheek. It's much better to evoke the range of emotions in a woman, okay, where she got kind of angry with you, where you did something or you said something which wasn't that funny, but then you kind of made up for it by like giving her a little kiss on the cheek, like, hey, come on, I didn't mean that. I was just joking with you. You look beautiful tonight. She'll prefer that to just having a steady form of emotions, right? Wavering her emotions is usually way more satisfying for her to fall in love with you. So the fifth thing is handle sass with confidence. So this is basically shit tests, okay? How you respond to sassy or rude comments or shit tests is absolutely key. You want to be confident, keep your responses calm and composed. Don't let her attitude affect your emotions. Okay, so that's why I put James Bond there, because James Bond is always unfazed. You ever seen James Bond be like, "How dare you say that about me?" No, James Bond's, you get that little smile that you can see there, James Bond's smile. He's just so like condescending and calm. And you could say anything to this guy. You could be like, "James, your suit looks terrible today." And he'll look at you and be like, "Well, too bad. I better have a discussion with my tailor. Perhaps next time he can make it according to your tastes and wants." So something like slick like that. I don't know how I just came up with that shit, but I guess experience helps. So there are techniques to maintain your composure and show emotional stability. Okay, so take a moment before ever responding to shit tests or sassy remarks. Take it easy and use humor or lighthearted comments. Just diffuse tension. It's all good. Women will shit test you all the time. All the time. The amount of times women shit test me like, "Are you gay? That shirt you're wearing is kind of gay." Like, "Oh, it's really gay, like what you're wearing." I'll be like, "Well, how come you're still sitting here talking to me? I think you fancy me, don't you? I think even with the gay shirt, you still fancy me." So just like, be playful and have fun and don't really take it too seriously. Okay, so examples of responses to this is stuff like, "Really? You think you deserve that?" And if she says that, then you're like, "Yeah, I do actually. I definitely deserve that. Yeah, I absolutely deserve to be in your pants tonight." So again, for sassy remarks, like reply with, "Oh, typical. You always just keep things interesting, don't you?" So just be playful, be fun, and don't get angry. Don't lose your cool. Most important one here, I love this one, is new goals, ambitions, working deeply and purposefully on your mission. You can see how dedicated this man is here with his eyes. Okay, so there's obviously an importance of having goals and ambitions, man. Women are attracted to men with direction and purpose. We know that. That's obvious. It shows that you are driven and have a vision for the future. Working on your mission can make you more attractive. Okay, so being dedicated to your goals make you seem more competent and reliable. It demonstrates you have a life beyond the relationship and beyond her. She is not your central focus, okay? Your purpose is your central focus, and she's just along for the ride. So there are ways to communicate your goals and show your dedication by sharing your achievements and milestones. Now, I do this sometimes on social media. I'm not always recommending it, but there are times where I will show a big day of trading that I've done well, or something that I've achieved. Oh, I got my green card, my Alien of Extraordinary Ability green card that I posted out on Instagram. People like when you're a winner. Girls like when you're a winner. Okay, so you're allowed to do it, but subtly, not too cocky. And you can also discuss your plans and how you're working towards them with her. Like, "Yeah, babe, I'm focused on this, this, and this. These are my plans. This is my business. This is what I'm doing." Women love ambitious men. I am all about this one. This is the most important factor that I have mentioned. Next one. Exert control in decisions, okay? Be a leader. Take a leadership role in decision making. Make decisions confidently and assertively. Show that you can take charge when necessary. Okay, the examples of situations where you can exert control and why it's attractive is when you're deciding on a restaurant. So you're like, "Oh, we're going to this place. I think you'll love it." "Oh, where are we going tonight, babe?" "Do you know what, babe? I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to keep it a surprise, and I know you're going to love it." Do stuff like that. Spontaneous and be the decision maker. Whenever you're planning dates or activities, be like, "I've planned a surprise for us this weekend, but I'm not going to tell you what it is." Oh, she'll love that one. Women love surprises. They love spontaneity, and they love when you take control. She'll fall in love with you. How to balance assertiveness with respect for her opinions is absolutely key. You also want to listen to her input and consider her preferences. If she said she doesn't eat raw fish, then don't go to a sushi restaurant, all right? So obviously you want to listen to her input, take into account her considerations. Write these things down about her. If you really like a girl, write these things down about her so you remember it, and then you can compile this kind of life around you guys. Just like, "Babe, I know you really said that you liked pineapple on pizza. So we're going to this place tonight that only does ham and pineapple pizza." Boom! How about that? She's going to love that shit. She's going to love it. Make decisions that reflect mutual interests and respect. Of course, always. But be the man, mainly, and you make the decisions. Make smart decisions. Be responsible. I love this one. Romanticism and, playing with her hair and looking into her eyes deeply and nibbling on her ear. Now, I'm quite good at this. I'm quite romantic. You might not notice or realize. I mean, you're not going to get the chance to. It's not like I'm going to look in your eyes or nibble on any of your ears, is it? The importance of romantic gestures in building intimacy. So, small intimate actions that build a deeper emotional connection. They make her feel special and cherished. Bro, when you play with her hair or you stare into her eyes and you don't take your eyes off her eyes, she will tremble like a dog, bro. And you nibble on her ear and whisper little sweet nothings. They'll love it. When you play with her hair, give her a little massage, run your finger up and down her arm. All these little, physical touch is a really beautiful love language. That's actually my love language. My love language is physical touch, and I'm absolutely elite at it. I don't think any man is as good as I am when it comes to physical touch. When I'm with my girl and I'm out in public over the past 15 years, other people look at me because they're like, oh shit, wow, like this is like a movie. This is like a romantic movie novel, okay? Because I'm used to that and I'm confident to do so. So there are techniques, gently touching or playing with her hair or holding her hand. Deep, meaningful, like eye contact during conversations is absolutely key. There are also practical examples. So like whispering sweet nothings while nibbling on her ear is very cute. Nibbling on her ear like she's you could like, sometimes I'm like, babe, you realize I'm an animal. I'm a rabbit all of a sudden. And then like, do you realize I'm actually, my spirit animal's a rabbit? And she'd be like, what are you talking about? And you like dive on her and start nibbling on her ear, right? Something funny and cute like that. Looking deeply in her eyes is a absolute relationship hack. My G, you need to be confident enough to be able to stare her right in the eye and not take your eyes off her. That's powerful. That shows that you're not just dominant, but you're also romantic. Abundance of resources. Okay, so demonstrate that you have an abundance of resources without appearing flashy. Don't be a flashy prick. Show that you're generous but not wasteful. Make thoughtful gestures that imply abundance. Okay, and that's why I've put a man here that's giving money to a homeless person. And I always do this. Whenever I'm with my woman and I'm walking around, I always give money to homeless people because I show that I'm generous and I'm abundant and I'm just like caring and loving. And I'm like, here, man, take this. And I tip people and I look after people. And, some little gypsy kids will run up to me in Romania and be like, oh, no, try and sell me something. Or in Mexico, like these young little Mexican kids will come up to you and try and sell you something. And then I'll give him money and then be like, no, it's okay. I don't even need the gift. I'm just going to give you money. And whenever you do that and you're with a girl, she'll be like, oh, he's so caring. He's so loving. Wow. He's such a protector. Okay. So it's super key. So how do you show that you are resourceful and generous without being flashy? So sometimes you can offer to help her with things that require resources or effort, carrying things, always carry things for a woman, always. Be willing to share and provide without expecting anything in return. Don't be like, well, I helped you carry stuff last week. Well, what about that? No. Be giving and don't expect in return. So there are small actions that can indicate abundance. So you could say stuff like, oh, I got us a few different desserts, babe, so I couldn't really choose, so I wanted to try all of them, for example. That shows abundance. Or let's take a spontaneous trip, babe. I've got everything covered this weekend. Or babe, put on your most beautiful dress. We're going to a fantastic restaurant tonight. You don't need to know where it is. Just put on your best dress. Whew, she's going to love that as well. And finally, number 10. A natural social media presence. Who's this guy, Real Ralph Anthony? Who the hell is that? Hey. So use social media to enhance your desirability. Maintain an active yet casual presence on social media. Share glimpses of your life without being oversharing. Like candid, natural photos are important. Authenticity is important. Show things that you like doing. Show your real personality. Show your dog. Show your hobbies. Show your friends. Just show a cool life, man. I'm sure you live a cool life. If not, then get a cool life. Or we'll talk about how you develop a cool life. And also kind of curate a social media presence that looks effortless and appealing. So post photos taken by friends. And, I've made this mistake many times, but I've posted a lot of selfies and that doesn't go down very well. I've ended up going back and deleting a lot of those selfies on my Instagram. Share experience and activities that showcase your interests and hobbies. Okay, so you'll see that my highlight reel here is me traveling and me going to different music festivals. And in general, my Instagram shows, my Instagram is geared towards masculinity and making men more masculine. But there are pictures of me at cool parties, on boats, on yachts, in Ferraris, that kind of stuff. Just kind of showcasing a cool lifestyle. Okay, not saying you need a Ferrari or to be on a boat, but showcase what's unique to you and what you genuinely enjoy doing. So those are the 10 things that are massive green flags to women that will make her fall Disney in love with you.